There is a forest that no map shows, a place hidden behind time, wrapped in mist and memory. The villagers call it the Forest of Echoes, because strange voices are sometimes heard at night, whispers of laughter, sighs of wind that sound too human, too magical. But the fairies who lived there knew its real name. It was called Elmira, the last realm of old magic. Among the fairies, one was unlike the rest. Her name was Lyra. She had wings like silver silk and eyes that held the sorrow of stars. While others danced in moonlight and wove spells from flower petals, Lyra would sit at the edge of the forest, staring into the world of humans. Foolish creatures, the elders would say. They forget magic. They forget love. But Lyra didn't believe that. Every evening, she saw a boy come to the riverbank near the forest. He would sit alone for hours, tossing stones into the water, sketching in a torn notebook, or just staring at the clouds like he was waiting for something or someone. His name was Aiden. One day, he wept. Lyra watched from the trees, invisible to human eyes, but his tears stirred something inside her. And then he saw her, just for a second. Their eyes met. Aiden blinked in disbelief. "You're not real," he whispered. But Lyra stepped forward, shimmering like moonlight on water. She smiled. "I am real, just forgotten." Aiden didn't run. He didn't scream. He simply sat there, stunned, his eyes wide with wonder. From that day, they met every evening. They shared stories. Aiden told her about school, loneliness, his drawings. Lyra showed him how to make flowers sing, how to hear stars hum, how to catch dreams with a feather and a wish. They laughed until the sky turned violet. They watched fireflies drift like sparks from another world. And slowly, without either of them realizing, they fell in love. But fairy love comes with a cost. In Elmira, it is the oldest law. If a fairy gives her heart to a human, she will lose her wings forever. Lyra knew this. The fairy queen warned her. "You are light. He is fleeting. You will give him everything and he will forget." But Lyra's heart was already no longer hers. On the night of the falling stars, Aiden brought her a small box carved from wood. Inside it was a ring made of copper wire and a single moonstone. "I don't care what you are," he said, his voice shaking. "You're the only thing in my life that feels real. Run away with me. Let's leave everything." Lyra looked at him. Tears welled in her eyes. She touched her wings. They glowed softly, as if saying goodbye. Then she whispered, "Yes." And in that moment, her wings began to fade. Slowly, like mist under sunrise, pain lanced through her body, but she didn't scream. She smiled, even as the last thread of light vanished from her back, because she had chosen love. At first it was magical. Aiden and Lyra found an abandoned cabin beyond the forest. They lit candles, laughed under blankets, made wildflower crowns, and danced to silence. But the world outside crept in. Bills, work, responsibilities. Aiden changed. He stopped drawing. He stopped dreaming. He came home late, angry, distant, and Lyra, now without wings, felt colder each day. She tried to touch him, speak to him, remind him of the forest, of their dreams. But Aiden pulled away. And one day, she followed him. She saw him walking in the village, laughing with another girl. She stepped into the sunlight and called his name. He turned and stared at her like she was a stranger. "Do I know you?" Her heart shattered. The boy she had given up everything for, her wings, her world, her immortality, had forgotten her. She ran, barefoot, broken. She fled through thorns and shadows until she reached the edge of Elmira. But the forest didn't recognize her. The trees were silent. The flowers turned away. Without her wings, she was just a girl, a mortal, forgotten. But the queen came to her. She stood tall, her gown woven from starlight, her crown glowing with sorrow. "I warned you," she said softly. "I know," Lyra whispered, falling to her knees. "But I loved him." The queen did not scold. Instead, she knelt beside her and said, "Then you have learned the oldest magic of all, love, the kind that gives without asking, the kind that hurts but still hopes." And with that, the queen touched Lyra's heart. A soft glow returned, not on her back where wings once were, but in her chest, a tiny light, gentle, eternal. "You may never fly again," said the queen, "but now you will carry a different kind of magic." Years passed. The forest grew quiet again. But sometimes, when the moon is high and the wind is warm, people say they see a woman sitting by the riverbank. She has no wings, but her eyes shine like stars, and flowers bloom where she walks. They say her name is Lyra, the guardian of lost love. She watches over the hearts that break, the dreams that fade, the promises humans forget. And if you ever sit by that river, broken and tired, and whisper, "I still believe in love," you might hear the wind reply, "So do I." She gave up her wings, but found something deeper. And maybe, just maybe, the truest magic is not flying. It's choosing love, even when it hurts. Moral of the story: some people forget, but true hearts remember forever.